To be a leader doesn't necessarily mean you have a title. This is why many leaders who lead, maybe even without a title, find themselves in cases where they feel like they are giving so much, but they're not seeing the return. And in part 2 of this video, I'm going to emphasize on letting you know exactly where your returns are and showing you how to strike that balance of leadership based on my definition from part 1. Now, what's that definition? We said leadership is an influence process. It's working with people to accomplish their goals and the goals of the organization. And we said if you only accomplish the people's goals, meaning your people like you, they love you, you'll be they would always be excited when you're in the room. But you find out that you won't be able to meet the organization's objectives. If you only are obsessed with the organization's goals, you find that you will help the organization achieve its objectives, you would make more money, you will grow in your career. However, you will not be fulfilled. Because fulfillment comes by helping others grow. Career growth and increase comes by meeting the goals of the organization. The two must come together so that you can be fulfilled as a leader. And I'm going to show you how to make the two come together in today's video. Most of the points I'm going to share with you, you will see things that you should stay away from, which is very critical because this goes a long way to probably destroy and end your leadership career if you do these things. So today's video is a good one. My name is Iyore, trained over 25,000 salespeople across 5 countries: Nigeria, Ghana, USA, UAE, Rwanda. I'm an author of several books and resources on sales, and I'm featured on lots of media platforms to talk about successful selling. I work on an organization. I was given a target to sell to 20 high net worth individuals, and I was able to bring in 21 high net worth individuals in a single month. I also participated in a sales competition where I won, and I was sent for the World Cup and all expense paid trip. I'm CEO for Advantage. Okay, yes, I also moved to another organization. I was able to double my portfolio by over 100% in just 11 months. I'm CEO for Advantage, and our specialty is in Salesforce management. This means work with CEOs, work with the team leads to help them optimize the results of their sales teams and help them get results faster and in record time. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go right in. You know, leadership is not a reward. Leadership is a responsibility. Leadership is also an assumption of responsibility. This means it's either the responsibility was conferred on you because of your position, or you were not even in a position, but you took on the responsibility because of superior knowledge, superior insights, and sometimes when you do these things, you wonder, what is in it for me? Where do I go to from here? Remember, I'm going to mention some things you need to stay away from. I'm going to get to that shortly, so that we don't miss that part, please. You wonder, what's in it for me? For example, I remember I was doing some work with a company, and this is why you see, as CEOs of a company, when you need to structure your company correctly. In this company, I was talking to the team leads, and it looked like their team, these team leads were doing well, but their teams were struggling. So I was trying to encourage them to see reasons why they need to give their people attention. And 2 or 3 of them got up and they said, Iyore, what is the use of me giving these people attention if at the end of the day I give them attention, but number 1, it distracts me from my sales, affects my sales. Number 2, even if they sell and do well, there's nothing for me. I don't get anything extra. My pay is not higher. I don't have an extra bonus from what they get. So what am I doing it for? Wow. That got my attention. So you see, when we structure our companies to lead sales teams, or for leaders to be in charge of salespeople, you want to make sure that there is a reward. Their pay should be higher, number 1. Number 2, possibly, let it be that when they sell or a commission comes, they get something. There just has to be something that makes people realize that this additional responsibility, these ones, they didn't assume responsibility. These ones were conferred the responsibility. Therefore, there should be the reward so that that work can be done. Now, there's a difference between being conferred and assuming responsibility. So, assume responsibility means, I'll give you an example. I'm doing some work for a company, and I noticed that the head of sales, I looked at her strengths. I looked at somebody else who had been in the team long enough, her strengths as well. And I noticed that, there are certain things I need to do. The head of sales will not be in a good position. I saw where her power was. Her power was she was able to motivate her team and say, let's go out there. She could drive the team to go out for meetings, which I think was beautiful. But when it came to passing across product knowledge, when it came to making sure that operations were followed in terms of maybe their cold calling, the building of their scripts, maybe tweaking and making them follow their scripts, all these little things, they were not being followed. she didn't really know how to drive that. So I just thought, okay, there's somebody else in the team who has been there longer, even though she came to head the team. I showed her that she should take advantage of this opportunity and assume responsibility to do certain things, to make the work of her teammate easier. When she assumes that responsibility, what happens? She's automatically positioning herself for leadership. And she said, wow, if that is what it takes for me to become a leader, maybe even become an assistant or something conferred on me eventually, I should be ready to do it. And that was how she steps in. So, number one, you need to strike a balance and make sure that your people are growing and you're meeting the objectives of the organization. One thing must be present. And this thing can be done free. Most people ignore these aspects, this mistake. They just want to leave people without this thing. And it's called vision. Vision. Now, don't say, vision again. I don't mean vision like you mean, seeing to the future. I just simply mean, these people you're working with right now, what is the end game you're seeing? For them to sell, that's the end game, fine. If that's the end game, that's something. Now, when somebody is selling, if a salesperson that is selling, what does the person look like? Salespeople who sell, there are certain traits that come with selling. It could be diligence. It could be getting to work early. It could be following instructions. It could be follow-up. It could be stickability. It could be their dress sense. What are the things that you see of someone who is selling? What are the things that you think should go along with someone who is selling? Your role now, drive those traits in your people. Leadership is free. I know that, yes, it's a responsibility, but you see, it's a responsibility that you can execute without lifting a finger. At least by not making a mistake of ignoring this one. Because when you ignore this one, everything you lift will not get off the ground. And you feel like you're putting so much effort. But you can do this one without lifting a finger because it just takes you to set your mind, to tweak your mind. I remember a scripture in the Bible. The Bible says, if you're willing and obedient, you will eat the good of the land. And I remember listening to a minister who said, God, it seems, Lord, I've seen in the Bible that I should be willing and obedient. Lord, in my heart right now, I'm willing. I'm willing right now. You see, he tweaked from being unwilling to being willing on the inside. There are things you can tweak on the inside as human beings. One of them, your ability to see. Change how you're seeing things. Start to see the end results of what your team will look like. Just start to see it. When you started that, you have begun to lead. Because you see, you cannot lead me to a place if you don't know the place. You can't take me to a place if you've not been there before, whether in your mind or physically. So the moment you are taking them on that journey, the moment you already have a clear picture of where you're going to, you have a map, you have started to lead them. I remember listening to the story of a group of people. They were going hiking, with their backpacks, walking through the bushes. All of a sudden, there was a thick smoke, and everybody looked like they didn't know what to do. It was a lady and a few guys. The lady says, "Over here," and they started following her. This way, they started following her. All of a sudden, they came out of the thick smoke, and we're like, wow, how did you know the way? She says, "I didn't." Did she lead? Yes. So she didn't know the way, literally, but she took charge. And this takes you to the next point. Courage. Courage. Sometimes you may say things like, Iyore, I don't even know the way. I want to lead. I want to strike a balance. I want to lead with emotional intelligence. I want to strike a balance between making my organization great and making my people great. Courage. Sometimes you don't even know the clear path. You may not be so clear, but be willing to say, let's go this way. Let's go this way. Sometimes arriving, you see, in a sense, there may not be any correct destination. The destination is what you say it is. So the issue a lot of times is that the unwillingness to even give any direction at all. The unwillingness to even say this is where we are going to is even the problem. So courage. Hey, we are going here. Hey, we are going here. Hey, we are moving here this year. Just decide to move to somewhere. Someone says, God only helps somebody who is in motion. If you're already moving, he cannot direct you. Think about it. Think of a ship, for example. If a ship is static on a spot, No matter how much you turn the wheel, it's not going to move. It's not going to turn. But when it's in motion and you turn that wheel, I know you will it several times, the helm on the ship, all of a sudden, it starts to steer. Slowly. It starts to steer. It starts to steer. And it moves in the direction you want. So the point is that when you start to move, at least as you move along, you can tweak as you go. I saw a thumbnail yesterday on YouTube. The person says, start before you're ready. Does that make sense? Start before you're ready. Number 3, next thing we want to do, we want to set up what we call planning and operational structures. Planning and operational structures. How are you going to run your team? Sales is operations. Don't let anybody tell you that sales is not operations. What's the opposite of operations? Don't let anybody make you feel like sales is just something you do. People that can talk, they just come out together and go and start talking to people. No. There's the operational aspect of sales. Because operations births culture. And culture is the way of life of the team, is what births results. So what are the operations in your team? What are the things you do every day? See, let me make it easy for you. You don't need to have so many operations. You don't need to have so many things you do every day as a team. At least have one. Think of somebody who goes to the gym. You don't have to do 50 exercises. At least do one because you have gotten to the gym. If it's only bench press, you went to do that day, it's okay. Do bench press that day. But some teams, you see a leader, the person says, I'm leading a team. But if I ask, give me one operational activity you do every day without fail, they can't even find any. They say, well, it may not be every day, but at least from time to time does not raise a child. Feeding a child from time to time will make the child sick and susceptible to ailments. So when you're raising a team, think of it. I use an analogy of sheep and shepherd in our last video. I said an army of sheep led by a lion would defeat an army of lions led by a sheep. If you're raising sheep, you see, you want to make sure that everything that they need is provided for. When you're raising people, you want to make sure everything they need is provided for. You want to set up operations that make it easy. What kind of operations you can set up? For example, if you decide every morning I meet with my team, why? You want to provide motivation and inspiration. If you get a manager's toolkit, I'm going to drop the description below in the link. When you get a manager's toolkit, we have the material called, we designed this thing a long time ago, but it's principles of leading a successful sales team, something of that nature. We walk you through all these principles such that every day you open the manager's toolkit, you know what to say in every meeting with your people. So today, because I see cases where some people lead a team, I've led a team before, so I know what it means. Sometimes you can go in for a team meeting and you don't know what to talk about. And you feel like, this meeting, why am I calling for itself? Everybody just looking at me. You're just wondering what to even do. But when you build systems and structures like having a manager's toolkit, for example, you will know exactly what to say in every meeting. Day 1, we give you what to talk about. You read through the material and educate them, ask questions. That way, you're providing motivation. You're providing training. What's going to happen? Number 1, because you're providing motivation through training, they see you as a blessing to them. People respect those that teach them. They start to respect you more. They start to like you more. Next thing, you're helping the organization. Because they are sharper, when they go out, they may be able to close based on that. I hope you know that sometimes when we run our training programs, we teach many things. Some people, they don't really use everything. They just take 1 or 2 things and they go out and they change how they're approaching clients and they start closing. So it just shows you that sometimes major problems doesn't mean major solutions. Major problems can be a minor solution. Just a tweak in how they do what they do. And everything changes. So spend time in your planning and operational structures. Decide the things you're going to be doing every day. Oh, cold calls. We cold calls together as a team. Oh, everybody should put out content online. This is the content you have to push out. But everybody pushes out online. Everybody go and retweet or go and repost the post I put out there so that a lot of people can see it on the internet. Everybody share this post so that the algorithm can pick this content and start to put it out to a lot of people. You see? You're collaborating as a team to multiply the results you would have produced. Oh, we are going out on a street storm. Every day, we meet at a particular spot and we share this number of flyers. Whatever it is that you decide to do, there must be things you do every day. things you do weekly and things you do monthly. Where are the operations of your team? Operations help you strike a balance. It's like a double-edged sword. It helps you make sure that you take care of the personal growth of your people and take care of the organization's objectives at the same time. Number 4, the enthusiasm of the team. Be happy, be energetic. Realize that, see, the environment you create in the team determines the atmosphere and the performance in the team. When the team comes together, let there be a reason to rejoice. Who has closed this week? Oh, how did that happen? Share the success stories. If nobody has closed, it's not a problem. There should be something good to think about or to talk about in every meeting. Make it a happy atmosphere. Number 5, ask for feedback. Get feedback. When people know that you're going to get feedback from them, they start to brace up. It affects their mind. They start to put structures in place, personal structures in place to give you results. Get feedback. Number 6, your own direct boss that you lead to, be a great follower to that person. Be a great follower. No excuses. Let them see what you're doing. Your boss's priorities are more important than your priorities. Don't say things like, I'm taking my team in this direction. You have already planned, this is how I'm going to work with my team. This direction I'm taking them to. My boss sometimes interrupts me. Your boss can never be an interruption to what you're doing. Your boss can never be an interruption to what you're doing. Because you see, if you're going to be a boss one day, or if you're going to remain a boss, you must sow the right seeds. You must make it easy for the person that's leading you to lead you. That way, God will make it easy for the people that are following you to follow you. Make it easy. Because you see, your line manager's priorities are more important than yours. See, understand the hierarchy of things. Your boss receives information from the top. It's based on that information he sees. See, the eyes are only in the head. The eyes are not in any part of the body. Only in the head. So when the head is telling you, this is what I'm seeing, do it like this. But you're saying, I'm already seeing things this way. I'm already working with my team. We've been doing this for the past 3 months. And the boss says, no, do it like this. Ladies and gentlemen, drop what you are doing and do the thing the boss says you should do. Sometimes what the boss will even tell you to do may not even work. The issue is that you think it didn't work. You don't even know where you were in the big picture of things. Most times, you will never know whether it worked or not. It's not in your place to judge and say, what my boss told me to do, it worked or it didn't work. You'll be surprised. So but this is sales. If it worked, we'll see the numbers. Sometimes in sales, everything's not about the numbers. Sometimes there are things the organization is trying to achieve. It could be positioning. It could be they're trying to do something to a competitor. There are several things people do. My point is, give the respect and honor to your boss. In the days of the Roman Empire, nobody judged their leadership and said who they were or described themselves based on the number of people they were leading. They only described themselves based on who they were reporting to. Think about it. Think about it. In one of the greatest times in history, the Roman Empire that dominated the world for centuries, they described leadership based on who they were reporting to, not based on who were following them. Because you do not exist if you don't have somebody you report to. Someone says, Iyore, but if I'm the CEO and I don't have somebody who is reporting to me directly, I own the company, I'm the chairman, I'm the head alpha and the omega, the beginning and the end of this company. Who am I reporting to? You're reporting to God. There are things that God has told us to do about our people. For example, He wants us to pay our people on time. For example, He wants us to treat and judge everything in righteousness. This means God doesn't want us to take sides in a conversation. If your people come and have a disagreement, God doesn't want you as a leader to say, to listen to one person and based on that person's talk, make conclusions on the other person. No. Righteous judgment is not picking sides. It's hearing both sides and picking the right thing. You will not even say pick a side, but you just make a judgment based on what is right. Number 7, be a coach to your people. Part of operations can be setting out time. See, it's not everything you must do yourself. Delegate. Part of how you train and bring up the next generation of leaders is by delegation. Tell somebody, okay, you're going to be doing this for me every week. You're going to do this for me every month. You're going to be doing this. Delegate something. You can't have an inner circle and you don't delegate to them. That inner circle is just a facade. Delegate. And when I say delegate because that is part of how you can coach them to come up to speed. That's how you can show that you're training them as well. Apart from that, build their confidence. Say good things about them. Wow, man, you're getting better and better every day. I noticed you've improved drastically since you came here. Well done. When people know that they're improving in a place, they will stay there longer. They want to be with you longer. If you do something wrong, correct them quickly. Don't wait till end of the month before you correct. Don't wait till you have your annual meeting before you correct. No, correct immediately. But try not to put your emotions into the correction. Oh, well, okay. Your work has really improved. I see that you're doing really well. For this aspect, you need to work on this area. I don't like the fact that this delayed. Let's look how we can do that better. Is that okay? Well done. Well done. I see that you also spoke very well at the last meeting. You're doing really well. You see this? So what are you doing? You're using a sandwich approach. Compliments, correct, compliments. So that way, you can give what we call constructive criticism when you're correcting your team members. Any team member you can't correct, you are not yet leading. Any team member you can't correct, you are not yet leading. And I've shown you a simple way, practical approach to use to correct your team members when the time arises. Number 8, deal with indecisiveness. Make decisions quickly. Decide. This is what we're going to. Life is like an art. A lot of times, there is really no right or wrong in setting decisions as regards direction for a team. So be free. There are many paths to a destination of success. Don't find yourself being indecisive. Successful leaders make decisions very quickly and change their minds very slowly. Unsuccessful leaders make decisions very slowly and change their minds very quickly. You don't want to be like that. Number 8, invest in your personal development. Don't forget to grow. The more you grow, the more you can lead. The more you grow, the more you can take charge. Or if we currently have over 300, I don't know, we have quite a number of videos, hundreds of videos on this platform right now. Pick some of the segments, go through them again and again. Make this content a part of you. And you find that it will help you grow significantly in your work and in your career. Finally, number 10, take 100% responsibility for your results. Take 100% responsibility for your results. And for the relationship with your boss as well, take 100% responsibility. Don't say things like, my boss doesn't just like me. It's because we're not from the same place. Take away those thoughts from your mind. If he or she didn't like you, they'd have sacked you since. But he can't sack me. If you could, the only reason I'm still here is because of the chairman. Relax. If the chairman realizes that you cannot humble yourself and get along with your boss properly, very soon he too will no longer be on your side. Take 100% responsibility. And when I say take 100% responsibility, whatever your boss gives you to do, don't just do it and send it back to your boss. And he asks you, where is this thing? I sent it to your email 3 days ago, sir. That's not right. When you send something to your boss, confirm that he has received it. Let him know you sent him something. After that, if he confirms and says, thank you, I've seen it in my email, an hour later or a few hours later, check in again to be sure that he has acted on that information. Because you see, you are working together with one mind. You're striving together for success in that team. Check. Oh, sir, that report I sent you, have you been able to send it out? Because I know you're really busy, just in case you've forgotten. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I'll send it out shortly. You check again until the work has gotten to the final destination where it was supposed to get to. Don't assume because you prepared and sent this email, it is done. You take 100% responsibility for everything that's given to you. All right. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I've really enjoyed speaking with you today. If you have any questions, please type in the comment section below what questions you have. If you haven't watched this video, please watch this. Remember, we're having a real estate conference coming up, a masterclass, just in case you want your people to be part of this program. Encourage them to be a part of the program. Details are in the description below. Details are probably on the channel. You see there. But if you have any, if you haven't watched this video, please watch this. If you haven't subscribed or your team members have not subscribed, get them to subscribe here. If you want us to work with your team, send us an email. Our details are in the email below. Send us an email. We'll send you how we can work with you and we can get your team results faster and in record time. From anywhere around the world. We've done this in many countries. We can do this in your country as well. Remember, the Sales Manager's Toolkit is available, so you can get yours if you're interested. It will really help you to set structures in place for your team. Thanks so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Talk to you soon.